Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to work in a reading activity. But at the beginning, we are going to remember the topic of the last class. Okay, the last week we reviewed the third conditional, first conditional, and the past passive voice. Okay, can you tell me the main difference between third and first conditional? That's right. Pay attention here. We are going to use two sentences in both, in third conditional and in first conditional, the conditional clause and the result. Remember, the difference is that in third conditional we are going to use the verbs in present simple, okay? And in first conditional we are going to use in the conditional clause the verb in present simple, okay? And in the main clause of the result we are going to use the auxiliary will plus the verb in base form, okay? That is the difference between the both conditionals, okay? As I said before, today we are going to work in a reading activity. So please open your book in the page number 52, okay? As I said before, today we are going to work in a reading activity that is called Teen Volunteers, okay? And what is the objective for today? To develop the reading skill through activities, okay? In order to improve the reading comprehension, okay? That is the objective for today. So we are going to practice in that part, okay? Pay attention here. We are going to start with the units number 4, okay? Volunteer. That is the topic. Pay attention to the first exercise. Work in pairs. Discuss the questions. Do you think that it's important to help other people? Why? Please, students, what do you think that it's important to help another people? What are some ways that you help others in your life? Okay, so think and try to answer these questions, okay? So we are going to review about help another people, okay? Pay attention here. The reading helping others. Work in pairs. Discuss the question. What is a volunteer? What type of work do they do? Why do you think people do volunteer work? Today we are going to work in that exercise, okay? The exercise number 2. Here you have to answer these questions, okay? In the exercise number 2, read the article about young volunteers and check your answer. So we are going to read that in order to answer that, okay? What is a volunteer? What type of work do they do? Okay, tell me, students, what is a volunteer? What do you think that is? Okay, maybe a volunteer could be a person who works in any organization in order to help other people, okay? Why do you think the people do volunteer work? Okay, maybe they help another people in order to make the world a better place, okay? So we are going to read the article in order to answer these questions, okay? In order to check. Pay attention. Teen volunteers, okay? At the beginning you have to look for in the reading the new words, and you are going to make one sentence with the word. So the first word is teens. So you are going to look for in your dictionary and in order to make a sentence with that word, okay? Teen, that is our word, okay? Teen volunteers, my second word, okay? As I said before, those words you are going to look in your dictionary and you have to make one sentence, okay? Pay attention here. Over 15 million young people are volunteers in the United States. Every day, all over the country, teenagers are helping people in their communities. In fact, young people volunteer more than adults in total. They do more than 1 billion hours of community service annually. Okay, pay attention here. You have another word, community services. Pay attention here. Volunteers work for organizations without getting paid for it. The majority of teen volunteers say they help because they care. They want to make the world a better place. They do many things to help. Some visit elderly people who are lonely or sad. Others help people without homes or jobs. Teens help at the school and community. Here you have another word, okay? You're going to look for in your dictionaries. Community. Okay? Community centers or animal shelters. Okay, you are going to look for in your dictionary those words. Okay, pay attention. Of course, people who help also benefit from their action. Volunteering makes them happy. Researchers have found that young volunteers do better at school and have fewer problems at home. Importantly, they also continue volunteering when they are adults. Okay, we are going to read the last part. Okay, Kimberly Moore is a typical young teenager. Okay, we are going to look for in the dictionary that word, teenager. Okay, who is into music and fashion. She also likes helping people in her community. Kimberly is a part-time volunteer. She helps out at a retirement home. Okay, so that is the other word that you are going to work in. You are going to look for in your dictionaries. A retirement home on the weekends. She says she loves listening to stories the elderly people tell. In the summer, she takes them to the park and sits with them in the sun. They feel relaxed and tell Kimberly stories about their lives. Kimberly says that she is helping the elderly, but that they also help her. Volunteering makes me proud, she says. Before I was shy, but now I am more confident. Okay? That is the that is the reading about teen volunteers. Okay, so you have to look for in your dictionaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that words you are going to look in your dictionaries in order to make a sentence. Okay, you have to make one sentence with each word. Okay, I'm going to check that, and also you are going to make the exercise number 1, the exercise number 2, the exercise number 3, and the exercise number 4. Okay, in the exercise number work, you have to discuss this question. Okay, you are going to read again the history of teen volunteers, and you are going to check your answers. Okay, read the article about young volunteers and check your answer. Okay, you are going to read again in order to check that questions. Okay, in the exercise number 3, lower the paragraphs according to where the main ideas appear. Okay, that is the summary of each paragraph. Okay, so you have to match, for example, why people volunteer and what they do. So for example, in this paragraph she speaks about that, so I am going to put the letter A here. Okay, you have 4 titles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to match with that. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you have to match according to the title and according to what says each paragraph. Okay, in the exercise number 4, it says read the summaries and mark a tick the best one for the article. Okay, so pay attention. Here you have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 summaries about the reading. Okay, so you are going to choose one of them is the best summary of the reading. Okay, usted tiene que elegir cuál de los 3 es el mejor resumen de la historia. Okay, and that is your job for today. So thank you, students. I'm going to send you the homework through the platform, and that is all for today. Goodbye.